My name is Aleksandra Iskra and I am a Polish advocate specializing in IP law and the law of new technologies. Recently, I promised that I would tell you how to protect your brand in different systems: Polish, regional, and international. This is a great opportunity to make a new series for creators, entrepreneurs, inventors, and people who, like me, are fascinated by intellectual property. Welcome to the first episode of IP in 5 minutes. Do you want to protect the brand of your company in Poland? First of all, remember that in my country, disputes based on unregistered trademarks are very difficult and time-consuming. How can you make sure that your competitors will not be able to use either the same or similar signs? Register your trademark. Prepare documentation. Identify the goods or services to be protected by the trademark and pay the appropriate fee. Can something go wrong? You would not expect it, but yes, a lot can go wrong. Errors in application or absolute obstacles to registration are just the tip of the iceberg. After all, the competitors can always oppose your trademarks, making their protection significantly more difficult or even completely impossible. Each mistake reduces your chances to receive the certificate of protection you dream of. A certificate proving that you are the owner of your brand. Therefore, it's extremely important to meet all the conditions and file that documentation in a correct way. If you want the protection to cover only the territory of Poland, apply to the Polish Patent Office in Warsaw. The fee is 450 zloty per application in one class for paper form and 400 zloty for electronic applications. For each subsequent class, you will pay 120 zloty. A class is a term used to determine the category of the products or services you manufacture or provide. If the office does not find any obstacles to the registration, your application will be published in the Patent Office Bulletin. Within 3 months from the date of publication in the bulletin, third parties may file an opposition to your application. Oppositions are quite a complicated issue, so I will prepare a separate episode devoted to this subject. The next step is the decision of the office to grant or refuse protection, which is conditional. You will not receive the protection certificate until you pay the fee for 10 years of protection. How much? 400 zloty for each class and 90 zloty for the publication of information about the registration of the trademark. After approximately 8 months, you will enjoy the protection for 10 years from the date of application, with the possibility to extend it for another 10 years. If you want to protect your brand within the European Union, apply to the EUIPO, the Intellectual Property Office of the European Union. You can do it by email, by post, in person at the reception of the office in Alicante, or by fax. The procedure takes about 5 months. If there are no objections and no one files an opposition, the trademark will be registered. How much does the registration cost? For the paper application, it is 1,000 euro per one class and 850 euro for the electronic form. The fee for the second class is 50 euro and you will pay another 150 euro for each additional class. These amounts cover the application fee and the cost of protection for 10 years. Make sure that your approach is professional. You pay in advance, and if something goes wrong, the money will not be returned to you. A WIPO is one of many regional institutions protecting intellectual property. There is also the Benelux Office for Intellectual Property in Europe, the Eurasian Patent Organization, and the African Regional IP Organization. How to obtain international protection? First of all, let's start from the fact that it is an extension of the protection that was already granted. So you can only use it after obtaining the protection in Poland or the European Union. You apply to the World Intellectual Property Organization in Geneva through the office of the country of origin. In the case of Poland, it is the Polish Patent Office. What is important, the application can only be filed with the Polish Patent Office in English or French. Fee: 600 zloty charged by the Patent Office for the application for international registration, plus fees in Swiss francs. 653 Swiss francs if the protection relates to 3 classes and provided that the trademark is not presented in colors. If the trademark is presented in colors, you will pay 903 Swiss francs and 100 Swiss francs for each class exceeding the first 3. In addition, a fee must be paid for each indicated country. This fee is set by each country individually and amounts to approximately 100 Swiss francs. Then, WIPO transfers your application to the country you specified, and there it goes for verification to the local patent office. The international registration procedure takes up to 18 months. Finally, your trademarks are protected and you hold your protection certificates. Is this the end of the fight for your brand? How do you monitor your trademarks to sleep well? We will discuss that in the following episodes. Stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. See you soon!